Hey, what is up guys? What's going on? Welcome back to Kitchen Tonic. Welcome back to another brand new tasty recipe here on the channel. Welcome. In this video here today, we're going to be making a nice, tasty, sweet and spicy chicken breast, guys. Now, we're going to jump right into this. So what you're seeing there on your screen is about 2 chicken breasts that I went ahead and diced up a little bit, and I do have 2 containers here with the same amount of chicken breast in them. This is a family pack of chicken breasts that I'm using, but I went ahead and split them up since I'm gonna have to be frying these chicken here in batches anyway. So what I've done so far with this chicken here, I went ahead and of course slice them or dice them up in cubes or thereabout, and then I went ahead and washed them off with a little bit of lemon juice and vinegar. And that's all I've done so far prior to starting this video here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now, we're going to go ahead and begin seasoning up this chicken here. I also have my frying pan on the stove right now already heating up, so we can get this recipe rolling right away. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now, I'm going to add half a tablespoon of black pepper into my chicken here. And we're going to, like I said, we begin the seasoning process here. I'm adding the same amount of ingredients here to both containers. So that was half a tablespoon of black pepper. We're also going to go ahead and add half a tablespoon of salt to this chicken here as well. I want to make sure this chicken get nice and seasoned and everything. You can add as much or as little salt as you like to your recipe and to your desired taste. What I'm going to go ahead and do now, I'm going to go ahead and add about 1 cup of all-purpose flour to my bowl here, to my chicken here. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and add about 1 cup of all-purpose flour here to my chicken, and I'm just going to go ahead now and mix everything up. We're not going to add anything else to this pot here as yet, or to my bowl here as yet. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. I'm going to be using my hands, but if you want to use your gloves or however you do it in your kitchen, feel free to do that. Just going to mix this up and make sure everything get nice and coated and well distributed. I'm also not going to add any water here to this mixture because there was some leftover water from my washing the chicken. Just make sure you get everything nice and coated with that flour and salt and black pepper and everything, because from here we are going to be frying up this chicken here. And like I said, do it however you do it in your kitchen. If you want to use gloves to avoid contamination and all that stuff, go ahead and do that. And that's just about what you're looking for. So we're gonna have some nice crispy chicken breasts after we finish frying them up. And like I already said, I have my stove and my oil already heating up, so there will be no delays or lags in this process here right now. Alright guys, so we'll be frying our chicken here until it's nice and golden brown and very crispy. And then I'll be back to complete our sauce that's going to be coating this chicken here in order to complete our sweet and spicy chicken breast recipe here. So I'll be back when my chicken here is finished frying up. Alright guys, so here we are back over by my stove here. Now I do have a little bit of update for you guys in terms of the ingredients that I added to my chicken earlier. I did forget to mention that you need to add 1 egg to your recipe, but as for me and my recipe here today, I added 2 large eggs. If you remember, I had 2 different bowls separated, which is now combined into 1 bowl as you see there. But right now we're going to go ahead and make the sauce in order to finish off this recipe here. So what I went ahead and did, I went ahead and chopped up 1 green bell pepper here. You can use whatever color that you want or that you prefer. And I also have about half of a medium-sized onion here. You're going to go ahead and add that to your pot. Now I'm also going to add a little bit of minced garlic to this pot as well. And like I said, you can obviously feel free to adjust this recipe based on the quantity of chicken that you're using. That is about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of garlic that I'm adding there. And we're gonna go ahead and saute the contents in our pot here for about a minute and a half or so, or just before your onions start to burn. You don't want your onions to be too caramelized or to start burning or anything like that. Just go ahead and make sure you keep your eyes on it and continue stirring if need be. Now what I'm gonna go ahead and do as well, I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of pureed ginger to my pot here. Like I said, go ahead and let that saute for about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, and don't allow your onions to start burning. Alright guys, so after about 2 minutes of your onions and garlic and pepper sauteing here, what I'm going to go ahead and add is a little bit of guava jelly or guava jam to my pot here. Like I said, this is a sweet and spicy chicken breast here. Now of course, instead of the guava jelly or the guava jam that I'm adding here, you can go ahead and add a little bit of honey to give this recipe here some sweetness. Go ahead and mix this up and make sure that your guava jam or guava jelly here gets nice and liquidy, as it was a little bit solid in the jar there. Mix that up thoroughly or properly. I'm also going to go ahead and add a little bit of barbecue sauce to this pot here as well. And what I'm adding here is sweet and smoky barbecue sauce. Alright, continue with our ingredients here. We're going to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce to this pot here as well. As well as a little bit of soy sauce. Now you can add soy sauce based on your taste or your liking. You can also add black pepper or salt based on your preference as well. Go ahead and mix that up. Give it a nice taste test to make sure that everything is on track to get that nice perfect taste. Alright guys, and now time for the spices. I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne powder or cayenne pepper into my pot here as well. Now we're not going to add too much, of course. We don't want it to be too spicy, but we do want to have a little bit of spice in this pot here. Okay guys, I'm also going to go ahead and add a little bit of dried chili peppers to my pot here as well. And this pot is coming together really nicely guys. The kind of aroma and everything from this pot here is to die for. And like I said, go ahead and do your taste test at this point to determine if you need to add any more salt or any more black pepper or whatever that you feel that you may need to add to customize this dish here. Alright guys, and after you feel like you've added everything to your pot here, I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken back into this pot and bring this recipe here full circle. Now of course you're going to go ahead and mix this up to make sure everything gets nice and coated and everything. So I'll be back with the finished product in a couple seconds. Alright guys, and there we have it, the final product of my sweet and spicy chicken breast here guys. Now feel free to try this recipe, adjust it to your taste or your liking, and I'll see you guys another time, another day with another brand new recipe, brand new video. Alright guys,